This is my son's 1985 Nissan pickup. He drives to school every day. This one's my 1985 Nissan pickup that I drive around the farm every day. That's a farm dog. Finished up working on the truck. So yesterday, kids were on their way home. They stopped and checked on some animals and the truck died. I took a look at it with them. It was a fuel issue. We couldn't get it to start and run consistently, so towed it home. Now that I buttoned everything up, first thing you do is you check the fuel pump. And that's back there behind that cover. Took the tire off, all that. And fuel pump clicked, but then didn't keep running. So we figured fuel pump's bad. Ran to the parts, grabbed a fuel pump and a fuel filter, put them in there, and had nothing. Somehow it went from click to nothing with a new fuel pump. So then it was bring the fuel pump up to the battery, test it. It worked. Put the new fuel pump at the battery, it worked. Put the old fuel pump at the battery, it worked. So no power to the fuel pump. Check the fuse, fuse was good. Next thing you check on these is the fuel pump relay. I know it's hard to see, but it's right there. And if you don't get power, that means that's acting up. But I had some power, but then I had no power. So we bypassed the fuel pump relay. Now we got power to the fuel pump, got the truck to start, and it did the same thing as before. Truck would start, idle for a second or two or 30, depending on how long it's set, and then shut off again. This thing, you fix one little thing and it's part of the problem, but it's not all the problem. So somehow the fuel pump died or didn't get power, fixed that, but then it still wasn't running. Blew out the fuel line, checked everything, came up, checked fuel pressure, had two different gauges, and bit of an issue with these trucks. I already had a fuel pressure gauge in mine. We stole it on mine, put it in here. Reading was good, 3 psi. That's about good for a carburetor. Next step, fuel and air mixer. So had this carburetor on the shelf. It was kind of an idea. We'll change this out at some point when we bought the truck because it had been sitting, but it ran and drove, and so we left the carburetor be. That stopped working. So took this carburetor apart tonight, cleaned it out real good because it's been sitting. Had an adapter plate. Thought I had the brackets for the throttle, but I didn't. So we kind of cut up the one that was off the old carb. That's the old carburetor. There is a lot more going on here. The current one, the Weber, has no wires going to it. This thing had all of that going to it. Whatever all this is, I don't know. There's a lot more going on with this carburetor. A lot more things can go wrong. And well, that was put on the truck in 1985. So it's probably time for a rebuild at a minimum. Definitely a deep cleaning. Fires right up.